25% tariff, a penalty, and a threat. And of course, a new oil deal with Pakistan. Yes, guys, Donald Trump is back in the headline, and this time India is in his crosshairs. Why? Because Russia. Why? Because trade. Why? Because geopolitics. Guys, welcome to the Baraka Show, and today we're going to decode the latest Trump tantrum and what it means for the world, India, and the United States. So, buckle up. Guys, we're not going to do a lot of ranting. This is a new way of doing videos now. We're going with a schedule. Yes, that's right. So let's start with the facts, shall we? Yesterday, July 30th, Donald Trump announced a 25% tariff on Indian goods starting August 1st. And that was not all. He also added a penalty. Why? Because India continues to buy oil and weapons from Russia. And Trump says India is a friend, but also India is a freeloader. His word, not mine. India therefore, I'm quoting Donald Trump, India therefore will be paying a tariff of 25% plus a penalty for its vast purchase from Russia and its strengthless and obnoxious trade barriers. MAGA, make America great again.
Well, we're negotiating right now, and it's also BRICS. You know, they have BRICS, which is basically a group of countries that are anti the United States, and India is a member of that, if you can believe it. It's an attack on the dollar, and we're not going to let anybody attack the dollar. So it's partially BRICS, and it's partially the trade, this trade situation. It's the deficit. We had a tremendous deficit. So, as you know, Prime Minister Modi is a friend of mine, but they don't do very much business in terms of business with us. They sell a lot to us, but we don't buy from them. You know why? Because the tariff is so high. They have one of the highest tariffs in the world. Now, they're willing to cut it very substantially, but we'll see what happens. We're talking to India now. We'll see what happens. It doesn't matter too much whether we have a deal or whether we charge them a certain tariff, but you'll know at the end of this week.
In 2024, the United States had 45.7 billion trade deficits with India. That means India exported more to the United States than it imported to India. But here's the twist. India's exports to the United States are mostly pharmaceuticals. Yes, that's right. Textiles and software services. Essential good, not luxury items. So when Trump says India is taking advantage, he's ignoring the fact that that American companies are relying on Indian goods, especially healthcare and tech. Now let's talk about Russia. Why is Russia even involved in this situation? Why? Why are we even talking about Russia, Trump? Why is Russia involved? Well, here's the reason. India has increased its oil imports from Russia, especially after Western sanction. In 2023, Russia became India's top oil supplier. Why? Because Russian oil is cheap and India gets to pay in rupee, so it's like a win-win. But Trump doesn't like that. Trump says that India is funding Putin's war machine. But here's the hypocrisy though. We did a little bit of research. We figured out that Europe is still buying Russian gas quietly through the back door. So where's the tariff? Where's the penalties for Germany then? Oh, nowhere to be seen? Okay, great. Let's carry on. Now, Indian foreign policies is always guided by strategic autonomy. Yeah, they always want to keep themselves and just grow their economy, and which is good. And they are not guided by American approval. And Trump knows that. Yeah, Trump really knows this. And is using this trade as a weapon to change that. Now, here's where it gets even worse, because I did not expect this story to have this kind of twist, this like a curveball. It's going straight to, then it just turned. That's right, because Trump announced a joint oil development deal with Pakistan. Yes, Pakistan, the same country that harbors terrorists, the same country that housed Osama bin Laden, the same country that received billions of pounds in US aid. Trump says Pakistan one day might sell oil to India. What? Yes. He's claiming that Pakistan will one day be selling oil to India. Yeah, that's a bit rich given what we've seen with India and Pakistan. And since they're existing, we've been seeing them fight. Well, but let's get this straight though, because this is the story. I don't want to rant a lot. I want to give you the nuggets. So Trump is penalizing India for buying Russian oil, then is trying to offer Pakistani oil as an alternative to India. Just a quick pause, guys. I need your help. we need your help because this machine have tried everything. They've deplatformed us once. They've shadow banned us, as you can see from the views. Blacklisted us, and the channel remains demonetized. You want to know why? Because we report on something that they don't want you to know. But guess what? We still here. We still standing, broadcasting raw, unfiltered truth right through the technocrat machine that they want you to live in. They want your system. They want everybody to live in this machine, so then they can surveil and control and see what you're saying, see what you're not saying. But we resist that. But I have to be honest with you. Yeah, we are running a little bit thin, and we need your help to keep this channel alive. Because the bills, they can't pay themselves, as we already know it. The system, the server, the little crew that we got, the little studio that we have right now, it's all powered by you. All the donation that we get, it keeps this alive. It keeps the crew alive. And yes, I get it. They want to silence us. They want to shut down the show. Because, yeah, it's the last firewall between you and the psychological warfare that they call news. Because we tell the truth. We don't control the news. We give it to you raw, and you make your own decision with it. But here's the good news though. Because there's many of us than them. Because we got a lot of freedom-loving warriors here listening to us like you. So, I'm asking you, every listener who can chip in a few quid a month or once, not only gonna make us survive, but expand the team and expand the mission. So I'm asking you to keep us on air, keep the mission alive, and keep this voice on chain. Not just my voice, many other people who are asking for help too. So if you're able to, if you can, go to the link in the description, the first link in the description, just leave something, leave a donation. It could be 50p, it could be £50, 500, it could be anything. We appreciate it. And I want you to know this is not charity. This is a resistance. We're not here to beg. We're here to fight. As you already been seeing us fight. But with your help, we win. And we always win. Always. Let's get back into the video. I mean, if you read that, you don't see that as trade. You see that as leverage. And you want to know what Pakistan has been saying to Trump. And who's saying what to Trump. Who's going to win here. Now, Trump has set a deadline. August 1st. So countries must strike a deal or face the tariff. Japan, Vietnam, UK and the EU have already complied, and the tariff are capped to 15%. India, yeah, not yet. Trump says they are talking. Now here's Trump's playbook here. Obviously he's applying pressure, penalty and power. He's using his power, and he's doing this with China, and also is doing this right now with India. But India is not backing down. Because India has not responded to this. They have not officially responded. But sources in New Delhi say they are reviewing their options. Retaliatory tariff are on the table, which is going to get, I don't want that. It will get nasty for everybody. Trade talks might resume, but I don't think they'll resume under pressure. India, of course, is not new to this. They've had this before with Trump in 2019. When Trump revoked the GSP status, India responded with tariff on 28 US products. And this time, I don't think they can do the same thing because the stakes this time is really high. So let me try to decode this whole thing, right? Now, Trump, of course, is campaigning because he's winning. He's had all the wins. He's got UK signing a deal, the EU, they went to beg him. They went to pick up his ball when he was golfing. They signed the deal. Japan has called, giving them their rice and stuff. So Trump is winning. So this looks like he's posturing himself. He's putting, he's campaigning. He's putting himself in a position where he can demand and call and make tough trade decisions. And of course, India happens to be big enough to become a target. Why? As I said, India is big enough to matter, so it's going to be everywhere if he wins. But India is also not hostile enough to retaliate immediately. So it seems like a good win. It seems like a win that you'll get and be like, everybody will see you like a top G. And I understand that from Trump. So he's doing this, and if he gets what he wants, it's going to be sending a message to everybody. All the allies, including the UK as well. Of course, we've signed the deal, but the message will still be received. The message is, you toe the line, yes, follow the line, or you pay a heavy price. We'll see how India will respond. August 1st is the deadline. If India doesn't strike a deal, the tariff will kick in. That could hurt India's exporters, especially small businesses. And it could also hurt American consumer. Price will obviously go up. Supply chain will suffer. So India must weigh all this option. Either it needs to engage or resist. But one thing is super clear. Trump's tantrum is not about friendship. It's about domination. That's right. I think everybody knows this. India must stand firm if they want to keep growing. They must stand firm and get a good deal for themselves. Because we all know India, when they always want good deal for themselves. They always want good deal for themselves. So we're gonna see how tough they're gonna be with Trump. Ever since Modi came into power, he's been getting a lot of support from his people because he's tough on trade. He's tough on people outside. Anybody who is not in India is always tough with them. So of course, strategic autonomy on trade is probably in his interest. So he's gonna try to make it fair and not be forced into a deal. Of course, Trump must lean in because of course, getting good allies on your side, you need to build trust. You can't threat them. So that's the story for today. This is the Baraka Show. If you like stories like this where we dive deep into geopolitics and tell you more, please like, comment and subscribe. And if you're new to the channel, please keep supporting us. Thank you so much. Hunt to the head salute. Bye-bye, bye-bye, bye-bye. I hope you're liking the new change to the channel where we dive in deep into stories that we want to bring into light, especially for people in the UK as well. These stories do matter, so they matter to me, and they but you ought to consider it to yourself as well. Thank you so much. Bye 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 bye. You've been silenced for very long, and every time you try to resist, they put you in jail. For my children. You control your mind for so long to the point where you let them decide what your kids should learn, what gender they will be, and now you've let them to come for the whole nation, destroying what Britain once stood up for. They use this media machine not to report the facts to you, but to tell you what to think and what you should do. Always be careful. They're hiding the facts behind the noise, and they're recruiting pedophiles to tell you how to behave. And these politicians who meant to protect you, they're out there smashing your head on the ground. And no jail time for them. This road we've been on has been very dark for a very long time, and it's time to shine a light on the truth and advocate for justice. We the people make the nation, and if we don't stand up and advocate for justice, then we certainly won't make this nation great again. So we have to create a place for that, a place that can contribute to a more informed society. And that place is Next Frontier Media.